Good morning, dear students. In continuation of last class, we will be seeing the other aspect of the case history, that is final diagnosis and treatment planning. So, clinical history enables the patient to communicate symptoms, feelings, and fears and sequence of events leading to the problem for which the patient seeks professional assistance. Gathering this information is essential in establishing correct diagnosis. It also allows assessment of patient's mental and behavioral status and reduces health concerns other than the presenting complaint. So, we have seen the various aspects of the components of the case history, starting from personal information, chief complaint, till the investigations. Today we'll be seeing the final diagnosis treatment plan of the case history part. So to come to final diagnosis, all the records, clinical findings, the provisional diagnosis, and the investigation are clubbed together to frame the final diagnosis on which the treatment is planned. The final diagnosis is first made on the chief complaint patient, and then the other problems are considered. Patients must be informed of the diagnosis and results of the various examination tests performed on it. Also, the patient should be informed of the nature, significance, and treatment of the health problems that has been clearly diagnosed. So, final diagnosis is also called as definitive diagnosis. It is a chronological organization and critical evaluation information obtained from the case history, physical or clinical examination, and the result of radiologic and other investigative procedures leading to the definitive diagnosis. It identifies chief complaint first and then the subset diagnosis of the other problems. And final diagnosis is the process of determining the nature of a disorder, disease by considering the patient's signs and symptoms, medical background, and when necessary results of investigations. And it is a firm statement regarding chief complaint, etiology, and nature of the pathological process affecting the patient. And it is diagnosis arrived at after all the data obtained from history, clinical examination, lab studies are collected, analyzed, and subjected to logical thinking. In simple words, it is a diagnosis that is arrived at after investigations. The first thing on the file diagnosis list pertains to the chief complaint. So, diagnosis, the determination of nature of the disease. A final diagnosis is confirmed diagnosis based on all available data. To be successful in the field of diagnosis, one must not only be acquainted with clinical stage of disease but also with such related facts such as history given by patient, causes, pathogenesis, radiograph findings, histopathological manifestation, and other investigations. However, the diagnosis should be related to chief complaint of the patient. So, what is prognosis? Prognosis is a prediction of probable course, duration, and outcome of disease based on the general knowledge of the pathogenesis and presence of risk factor of the disease. Established of the diagnosis is made and before the treatment plan. So, coming to the treatment plan. So, the goal of treatment plan is to devise the best treatment for the patient. The diagnostic procedures help the clinician in establishing a suitable treatment plan for the respective patient. The plan of treatment should also be included in the record of the patient and explained to the patient in detail. If the patient has a compromising medical health situation, the risk for the treatment should be assessed and informed to the patient. The decision for or against a medically compromised patient is usually arrived by the dentist requesting the patient's physician to clear the patient for dental treatment. The plan of treatment is usually directed towards the severity patient symptoms, referring to as a rational or scientific treatment planning. So, treatment plan is a blueprint for the case management. Except for emergencies, no treatment should start until the treatment plan has been established. So, complex treatment plan may be divided into six phases. One is emergency phase, first one. Second is preventive phase. Third is promotive phase. Four is curative phase. Five rehabilitation phase, and six maintenance phase. So, emergency treatment. This addresses those dental problems that constitute the patient's chief complaint or producing symptoms or potential source of acute symptoms. Examples of an emergency treatment: relief of pain as a result of pulpitis is accomplished with the excavation of cerebral temporary restoration or pulpectomy. Relief of dental pain caused by periodontal abscess achieved with irrigation, curettage, or incision drainage of the abscess. Appropriate analgesic antibiotic agents are prescribed for the above. Definitive palliative care. Treatment of soft tissue lesion is accomplished through excision, cautery, or topical medication. Any dental procedure that is exploratory in nature, that is performed in order to determine the feasibility of further treatment includes excavation of deep caries lesions, initiation of endodontic procedures, that is the first step of the RCT, periodontal flap procedures to assess the acute bone levels, and any definitive treatment done to relieve immediate symptoms such as immolar symptomatic, partial impacted, third molar, and any reduction of fractures, cessation of bleeding, prescribing of desensitizing interface, extraction of painful infected teeth, attention to fractured teeth, and other extraction to with poor prognosis. So all this thing normally we will be dealing in the emergency phase. Coming to the restorative phase, tooth number, type of filling should be mentioned. So any tooth with the initial caries, like it is near the enamel and near the not beyond the pulp, so that tooth needs to be restored. Root canal treatment and restoration are also mentioned here. After root canal treatment, you are supposed to go for a post endodontal restoration. Normally, we will do the miracle mix or GAC, whatever. So periodontal phase, advanced gingival or periodontal treatment if necessary, if depending upon the bone loss or whatever based upon the OPG findings. So in this case, whether the patient should go periodontal treatment or not. Orthodontic phase, so any other treatment if necessary depending upon the malocclusion. Prosthodontic treatment phase, tooth number which has to replace with an RPD, CED, FPD and implant. Any other treatment if required. So preventive measures. In this phase, effort is made to control disease process rather than to provide therapy. Procedures undertaken in this phase include pit and face sealant, topical fluid application, oral screens and habit bring appliances, space maintenance and prevent orthodontics. And for a particular patient, so depending upon his habits, the case history, whatever discuss the personal history of the case history. So patient education motivation to stop the habit related to oral cavity. Patient education motivation to stop the habits like alcohol, pan chewing and smoking. A patient education motivation for collection of oral hygiene practices such as type of brush. If the patient is not using brush, will motivate the patient to go for use of toothbrush, material use frequency and method. If the patient is consuming a lot of sweets, refined carbohydrates but having good health, so dietary advice, that is depending upon his body mass index. If the patient is consuming a lot of refined carbohydrates and oral health is bad or having high caries experience, go for diet counseling. And it involves giving the advice on food selection based on individuals, reasons for liking or not liking certain foods. Counseling requires information as to why, when, and what specific foods are eaten and how frequently. Avoidance of sticky and retentive foods and switching over to the more fibrous food. If unavoidable, sweets to be consumed with the meals rather than in between meals. So as I said, pit and face sealants are used in this phase. Use of anti-plaque agent, use of topical fluids, use of other oral hygiene aids, correction of occlusal trauma. So levels of prevention, as you all know, so there are 3 levels: primary, secondary, tertiary. In comprehensive oral health care planning, the treatment priorities are listed out and the levels of prevention for each patient are to be noted. So primary level of prevention, the pre-pathogenic phase, secondary level is the early pathogenic phase, and tertiary level is the post-pathogenic stage. So primary level prevention employs techniques and agents to abort the onset of disease, to reverse the progress of initial stage of disease, or to arrest the disease process before treatment becomes necessary. So more intervention preventive procedures are the following: primary prevention, health promotion, specific protection. So in the primary health promotion, we will be dealing with dental health education, diet counseling, plaque control program, recall reinforcement. So specific protection, topical application, fluoride supplements, use of fluoridated dentifrice, pit and face sealants, correction of tooth malalignments, oral prophylaxis and space maintenance. We will be doing specific protection of primary prevention. Second level prevention employs routine treatment methods to terminate the disease process and to restore to as near normal as possible. So second level prevention, early diagnosis, prompt treatment, complete examination will check the entire oral cavity, prompt treatment of incipient lesions, prevent resuscitation, simple restorative dentistry, pulp capping, scaling and curettage, minor orthodontic procedures, biopsy and oral cytology are done. So So tertiary level prevention employs measures necessary to replace lost tissue and to rehabilitate patients to the point that function is as normal as possible. So whenever any tooth is lost for any reason, it got extracted, so we know how to replace the tooth. That comes under the tertiary phase of level of prevention. So disability limitation and rehabilitation, complete restorative dentistry, pulpotomy, root canal therapy, extraction, deep curettage and root planing, splinting, periodontal surgery, and rehabilitation. So removal fixed prosthodontics, implants, maxillary prosthesis and plastic surgery are done in the tertiary level prevention. So primary level health promotion, diet counseling, proper brushing technique, specific protection or prophylaxis. So proper brushing technique. So here, so because patient will be brushing, but he will not follow the exact which is the correct method of brushing technique. This correct brushing technique. So here in this phase, so we have to educate the patient. You take the model, educate the patient, ask the patient first to brush, then he will brush according to his own way. Then based upon that, we can advise the patient to modify existing brushing technique so that the correct technique can be used. Second, aligning prompt treatment, restoration, scaling, and curative orthodontic treatment. Tertiary level, design limitations, extraction medical treatment, rehabilitation, removal, and fixed processes. So, coming to the last one, maintenance phase. It includes the steps such as recall, review, and assessment of the oral conditions of the patient after treatment. The recall interval is indeed an important step in dental care as it helps the clinician to assess the effectiveness of treatment and preventive advice provided previously. The recommended interval for the recall should be determined specifically for each patient and tailored to meet his or her needs on the basis of assessment of disease levels and risk of or from dental disease. The beneficial effects of oral hygiene, diet, fluoride use, the ill effects of tobacco, alcohol, pan chewing on oral health, the risk factors that may influence the patient oral health and in implication for deciding the appropriate recall interval, the outcome of previous care episodes and the suitability of previously recommended intervals, the patient's ability to or desire to visit dentist at the recommended interval. During a recall visit, the patient record can be updated in terms of his or previous treatment, new lesions, reinforcement, prevention, advice. Periodic maintenance is in fact of more importance than seeking a treatment. If regular evaluation of patient is done, then the need for complex invasive surgical procedures can be eliminated with the help of preventive and promotive procedures only. So this completes the treatment case history part, includes the final diagnosis and the treatment plan. Thank you.